Hey guys, can you hear me? Give me a thumbs up if you can hear me. Yeah. All right, cool. All right. I'm gonna keep admitting people. So Cody, if you want to maybe kick things off while people are joining, that'd be great.
Sure. How's everybody doing today? You can unmute. Amanda, how are you doing today? Tessa, how about you? You there? Unmute. Allison, how about you?
I'm doing wonderful. How about you?
I'm doing better than good and better than most. Tell us a little bit about yourself and what made you want to join the challenge. Can you hear me? All right, let's try Jen.
Hey, Allison, can you still hear us?
Yes, a little bit. It did go out some, but then I can hear
Okay,
it then.
thank you.
You're welcome.
Tell us a little bit about yourself and what made you want to join the challenge, the 90-day challenge.
Well, I am the reason I wanted to join the challenge was because I definitely need to get some weight off and get my health in a better place, and that's why I wanted to join. So that's why I'm here today.
Awesome. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for sharing. Jen, how about yourself?
There we go. I think I'm unmuted now. Hi. Hi. Just the whole package deal. I just love that. I love the work that Palace has been doing in her small groups, and it's been speaking to me and aligning a lot of things that I've been working on personally. And I'm excited for the kickstart into the physically healthier part of things as well.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you for sharing.
Any kind of challenge gets me motivated.
All right. Have you ever done a 90-day challenge?
I've done many challenges. I've done an 80-day challenge. I don't think a 90-day challenge.
You got 10 more to go and you're going to do it. you hit 80. So this will be your first. Awesome. I'm looking forward to seeing your progress. All right. Tessa, were you able to get your microphone set?
Yeah, it's Michelle.
Michelle, how you doing?
For some reason, my daughter's
I don't know if I'm on here.
good. How are you?
I'm
I
doing
don't know
well.
if I'm on.
Tell us about yourself and what made you want to join the challenge.
Because Alice is very persuasive and she is doing a lot of great work, and I've been working with her on another side of her business. So and the heart math part is really important to me, and just kind of getting more motivated, uh like just kind of get myself together
I love it.
physically, all the things.
All right. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for sharing. All right. Who's next? Who wants to volunteer? Kathy?
Yeah, good morning. Tom and I were recently married and trying to get healthy, tried to start off the new year on a good foot, kind of recenter our world. It's been a little crazy in the last year, so trying to be more positive and move forward positively.
Good. I always like to say when things go wrong, don't go with them.
Yes.
When things go wrong, don't go with them.
Yes.
Things go wrong a lot. So
A lot.
you have to be mindful and try to not go with them.
Yes.
It happens. It happens. But thank you for sharing.
You bet.
Let's see. Amanda?
Well, water.
But my name is Amanda. I'm working raising Alice, so healthy from all of her health challenges, and I just am inspired by her. So I'm looking forward to learning some new things.
You are muted, Cody.
Donnie, how about yourself?
And you're muted, Donnie.
Good job, Palace. Just press that mute button, Donnie.
Got it. There it is.
There
There
we
we go.
go.
How's that? How you guys doing?
Awesome. How you doing,
Good,
bud?
good. I'm doing well, thank you. Hey,
Great.
I was just tired of the same old routine that I've been doing for years. I just want to try something different and try to see if I can get a better scheme of life. You know what I mean? Just to do better in life than I've been doing my whole life. Just trying to
Yes.
get things. Just I've been the same old for a long time, so I just want to try to make it better. Try to do it different.
Great.
Thought this would be a good chance to do that.
Awesome, man. Thank you for sharing that.
Hey, you're welcome. Thank you.
Awesome. And then who was the last one? We got
see.
two more.
I'm here if you guys want for me to say something.
We would love for you to say something. Can you speak about iPhone?
All right. So I'm Alejandra, and also I love what Palace is doing. I'm really interested, and I also think that having people to guide you through a better being is always welcome. So that's why I wanted to join. I'm interested to see what you guys as a team can help us do.
Great. Thank you for sharing.
Thank you.
Here's Xavier. So Xavier, once you turn your screen on and we're having everybody introduce themselves and kind of why you're here, maybe what you want to get out of the challenge.
One moment, I'm having some difficulty connecting my camera.
Take your time. Take your time. We'll come back to you. There we go.
There we are.
There's that $1 million smile. How you doing today, man? Tell us a bit about yourself. What made you want to join this challenge with all these amazing people?
Well, I'm gonna piggyback on what you just said. The opportunity to join energies with amazing people. I'm always gonna say yes to that, and I see a familiar face besides Palace. I see Allison. I'm just here to observe and always pick up on things that I could do to better serve for the greater good. So when Palace presented me with that opportunity, who could say no to that?
Hard to say no to Palace. You got that right. You got that right. Thank you for sharing. Appreciate everybody, participating as part of this community that Palace and I have, really visualized. Palace has been talking about this for a while, is building a community of like-hearted people. And, she brought that awareness to me. Instead of like-minded, I think a lot of us can be like-minded, but like-hearted is a big difference. So there's little things that she says that resonate with me that I'm sure that resonates with each and every one of you. Palace is going to tell a little bit about what to prepare for on her behalf. And then from there, I will let you know mine. Palace, you're up.
All right, guys. So for those of you who have not met me, I'm Palace. I've met most everybody here. Donnie, I was at your house the other day, but we didn't have a chance to actually say hi. So hi.
Hi.
Yeah. So for me, guys, various aspects of this look at me as tech support because I'm running the technologies and Cody is learning some of these technologies because they're new as we're bringing them into our program here. And so to start with, I will be the one going deep with you guys in the areas of heart math. And heart math is all about the heart-brain connection and enabling effective communication between the heart and the brain. It's all scientifically based, white paper based evidence, anchoring into emotional regulation, our entire just mental, like how we think and how we feel and how we perceive life. So if we're looking at that level of just our emotions and breaking emotional addictions that we have to negative thought patterns, the I'm not enough, the I can't do it, the whatever that we have attached to us throughout our lives that's holding us back and slowing us down. But then if we want to step out of that, out of this, the emotional regulation side of it, which is actually really, really huge, and we start looking into disease states and dysregulation in the body systems, all of that stems from dysregulated coherence, heart and brain coherence, and communication in the body. And if you start looking in areas like PubMed, Google Scholar, and you start looking, if you want to geek out on the science of disease states, what they're seeing is that disease in the body, whether we're talking about cancer or we're talking about anxiety, it stems from that core level of HRV, or heart rate variability, which is anchored into coherence or incoherence of how effectively our heart and brain communicate. So there's a lot of different ways we can talk about root cause of disease, but what we think and what we feel and what our perceptions are about life is where it all begins and ends with us. And so if we can really tune in to both the physical aspects of who we are, the non-physical aspects of who we are, and really start gaining awareness and tools to build conscious awareness around who and what we are and why we are what we are, that's when we can really start diving deep within ourselves and creating a sustainable path forward, one step at a time, or one centimeter at a time forward in life, to start creating a stronger foundation in life to create health and vitality in our physical and non-physical parts of who we are. So that is heart math. And with that, I practice a wide variety of things. The best title you could probably give me is integrative medicine. That's also based on quantum physics. I work with energy and energy systems in the body mind. I, in person, integrate technologies that can demonstrate the hard science between, really it's the bridge between hard science and spirituality or energy, and how all of these things work together, impact and influence, and one requires the other as the other requires the first one, in order to create our entire lived experience of being alive at all. Some really, really cool stuff. So then, as far as kind of the brass tacks of the program, everybody here signed up through Practice Better, which is our client management system. And probably the easiest way to say that, it's a telehealth platform. And there's a lot of different ways that we're going to be able to incorporate this in the process about what is going on here. In Practice Better, that is the place for your unique profile, where we are going to be able to automate daily or weekly tasks that we want you to work on, or that you agreed upon, sustainable tasks, whether that's a mindfulness practice or getting out and walking, for 15, 20, 30 minutes, an hour, whatever a day. I mean, it can range the gamut. In that area, there's food and mood journals, and there's a whole variety of things. So if you guys haven't looked into your profiles yet, I encourage you to do that, just to get familiar with the space. And as the program is building, Cody and I will be implementing various aspects of that space to help you along your journey to be most successful in achieving your goals. Like, I know that we're coming up to the new year, and kind of the American way of looking at things is, what is your New Year's resolution going to be? Guys, to me, resolution is a worse word than saying the F-bomb repeatedly over and over, 25 times a day, because resolution means jack shit. It means absolutely nothing. The only word that has meaning and weight here is goal, and goal setting, and being accountable for that. And that's where Cody is going to come into a big portion of this program, in creating accountability and frameworks and processes in order to achieve the goals. One, the framework that he has built out, and two, within that framework, each one of us are individuals, or I like to say bio individuals, unique individuals. There's nobody else on this planet that is like us now, nobody that's ever been like us before us, and nobody that will ever be like us ever again. And so we also each have unique things that we're going to want to be working on in our own lives that mean something to us in order to propel us forward in those ways. And so we're gonna axe the word resolution, and we're gonna insert goal. And Cody will really dive into that with you guys. And so then we're gonna have a second platform. And when you guys log into this, which I'll be sending all of the information through Practice Better, I can send emails and updates and open up chats in Practice Better. we're going to open up a second platform called Matrix Dynamics Network. And that's where our group program is going to be held. That's where anything related to our course, our content, downloadable access to things that will be needed for the process. Think of it as there's a space, kind of a feed. You guys are all familiar with Facebook, and there's like that feed where you can chat and whatnot. So there's a space kind of based on that where we'll be able to communicate with one another and drop ideas and post and polls and questions and ways to cultivate communication and really cheering one another on. This is definitely not a rah program. Like, we're not here like, yay, do the thing. We're like, yay, do the thing. Here's a framework and we're going to support you as long as you support you. But ain't nobody going to pull your cart but you. If you fall off the program, it's from your choices that you make to fall off the program and nothing beyond that. And that's where the accountability comes in. And that's where also the group program area is the community is also going to become really important, because with the way that we're going to be running this program, there's almost 40 people that are signed up total. And we're going to be creating opportunities for you guys to actually get to know each other and become more than just a talking head on the other side of the screen, and get to know one another's names, get to know what makes one another tick. You guys are going to have conversations in my group that is going to bring tears to your eyes when you're getting to know one another. And you're going to move through this process together in a very real and tangible way. And so to keep that communication, that connection, those budding relationships going is where our Mighty Network space is really going to come into play and help facilitate that for you guys. There's a free tool that I'm going to drop in there, a link that you guys can all use called Dub. And Xavier has introduced me to Dub a long time ago. And if you guys want the pro version of that, my friend here, he reps that. Actually, Xavier, why don't you just jump in really quick about Dub and why that can be useful in this group?
Whoa, boy. Well, right off the top of my head, like you said, Palace, Dub is a platform / tool / solution that can help enhance your communication. And when I say communication, I'm not talking about a simple email that you send out. Boring. I'm talking about communication with your face in front of it, sent through email. You can pour your emotions into it, and you can just come alive as much as you want to or as less as you want to. And these guys have pretty much thought of everything that there is to think about when it comes to, showing yourself off in a digital landscape, as we all are in and getting more familiar with day by day by day. So if you're thinking about trying to separate yourself from the boring communication that's out there, and you just want to separate yourself, Dub is one of those platforms that I call an excellent solution.
Awesome. Thank you, Xavier. So yeah, so I'll be dropping a link in there, and it's a free platform, but it's something that you can definitely upgrade and have access to a whole variety of additional tools. But just kind of the basic understanding, that is what Xavier said. And you guys can record a video. It gives you a link. You can drop the link into the chat, and then boom, there's you starting like this on a little video, and then people can look and see whatever it is you had to say about yourself, or maybe you're responding to somebody else like, oh my God, that thing you were going through, that hit me hard because that was how it was impacting me before, right? So it's about facilitating real communication. And as we go through things and you're using Dub, like Xavier, I'm just going to throw you out there. You guys write his name down. If you have questions about it, you want to get hooked up with the paid version, hit my man up here. He's great. And so, yeah, and so in that space, that's going to be our community space. It's also going to be where you are going to access all of the events. And the events are the sessions that I'm holding and the sessions that Cody is holding. And we may have additional things come up throughout the program that you guys might want to attend. Like, one thing that I like to do and have been doing is holding a weekly meditation. I've paused that since Christmas just because the holidays are kind of crazy, but I teach a lot about really connecting into both the physical and non-physical aspects of you. Meditation, mindfulness. Let's try to I would encourage everybody just to be open-minded about the words that we use, because I know that there's certain words that can trigger people, like even the word meditation. Just know this is all about connecting to the physical and non-physical aspects of you to help you optimize your mental and physical health. That's ultimately what this stuff is really all about. What else is there I need to say? So those are the two primary platforms. So in Mighty Networks community space, that's where all the group conversation is. There'll be a side chat that's open in there if you guys just kind of want to chat with the group, or you can message one another one-on-one over there. But for any health related things, for any one-on-one unique things that are going on with you, that's where we're going to use the Practice Better platform, the telehealth platform, because it's also HIPAA compliant. And so we want to keep everything that is potentially under the HIPAA umbrella, right? So that's a really important part of things. And so if you start messaging things in the Matrix Dynamics network area that is health related, Cody and I will just have to come back to you and say, hey, that's awesome. Please hit us up and Practice Better, and we can follow up with you over there. Okay, I think that's about it for this moment for me, but we have had a couple more people join. And so I want to give you guys, Warner and Karen, I want to give both you guys an opportunity to introduce yourselves here and kind of why you're here, why you wanted to join the program, maybe what you're hoping to get out of it. Warner, why don't we start with you? Then Warner and Xavier, I wanted you guys to meet because you guys are both ex-career military, both ex-sergeants. So maybe you guys can just do a quick little interchange here to get to know one another too. So Warner, go ahead. You're muted. You got to unmute though.
Can y'all hear me now?
Yes, we sure can. Go
Okay,
ahead.
sorry about that. New platform. I didn't know where the unmute is. My name is Warner. I'm retired military, Army, Sergeant First Class, 22 years in the military. I right now work as a victim advocate with the Denver Police Department. But I've been through a lot, from failed marriage to being homeless, giving up on myself, health issues with being a diabetic and not realizing I was a diabetic. And it took courage to finally fight for myself and get myself back together. I heard about Palace's program here, and I thought it would be a good avenue for me to try. So possibly I can help other veterans who are suffering and are not making it through like traditional ways of finding guidance and stuff. And I went to one of her first group meetings, and it was absolutely wonderful. It just felt good. Different type of meditation, different way of thinking things. So I'm going into the next chapter of my life. I will be 60 years old in 2024. And so I thought this would be fantastic to be able to help other folks and to learn from others too, to improve my life so I'm not so stressed out. I can use some of one of the key things that Alice said was turn trauma into I forgot what it was. Turn trauma
into wisdom. Is that what it
bingo,
was?
that was it. That was it. That just blew me away, that statement. And it's kind of, I adapted that to be my motto. So it was going to be an honor and a pleasure to meet some of you guys and learn from you. And hopefully you'll learn from me too. Thank you.
Thank you, Warner. Go ahead, Xavier.
Wow. Well, let me first off just say thank you, Warner, and I honor you for being here. I believe you're in good hands right off the bat. Thank you for sharing. So I'll try to be as concise as I possibly can. The person you are looking at on this screen is someone who was not always this pure positive energy type of guy. As a matter of fact, I was one who had a similar story to Warner. You know, I did a lot of this, finger pointing and blaming. For 17 years, you're looking at a person who was incarcerated. Now, I've never set foot in a jail cell. The incarceration that I speak of was one of my mind. I was bitter, mad, frustrated, angry at the world because of what I perceived my parents did or didn't do for me. And I carried that energy with me for 17 years. And I was the one at the bottom of the pool with the chain link wrapped around my whole body, missing out on life. And the statement that kept coming in, and it was like a broken record in my mind. You know what you have to do. And what I had to do was get on the phone and forgive my parents. And the statement that I carry with me now is, in order for one to live, you must truly learn how to forgive. And that was my truth. So once I did that, I felt like I had 100 pounds lifted off my shoulders. And no longer do I carry this fresh out of prison look on my face 24/7, but I have replaced that with pure positive energy. And now I look for opportunities to place my life, the heart attack, the pulmonary embolisms, the survival of the hit and run drunk driving accident as a sophomore in high school, which left me in the hospital for 2 weeks. I take all of that as a reason for being here, as a reason to reach out to someone and be of service of them, instead of look at them and wonder, what have you done for me lately? So that's the type of person you're looking at right now. And I'm just happy to be here and be of a support energy to Palace and anybody who comes across my path and who's willing to ask for help.
Thank you, Xavier. Thank you so much. All right, Karen, you're here. It's so good to see you, my friend, in Georgia.
Likewise, I've been having a few issues getting logged on this morning. Allison, Ted always did my computer stuff for me, and now I'm in Georgia. So I was glad I got it on. But nice to meet everyone. I've known Palace for many, many years, and she's been a rock for me through a lot. So long story short, had an extraordinarily bad divorce, moved to Georgia, started over, got remarried, but just completely kind of overwhelmed with life, working 12-hour days, where I'm at a level of exhaustion that is worse than having newborn triplets. It's just really, really bad. So Palace is always the one that gives me the kick in the pants when I need it, and I love her for that, and thank you. So I am here because I know I have to make changes, or that end date on the dash on my tombstone is going to get here a lot quicker if I don't, and I know it. So
Thank you, Karen. Thank you for being vulnerable about that. And thank you for making the time to be here today. All of you guys, like, I know that everybody's busy and has so much stuff going on, but being here today is a huge step in the direction of bringing balance and joy and freedom to your lives. You know, freedom through frameworks and accountability and goal setting. And so with that, I want to pass this over to Cody and let him take us on the next leg.
Thank you, everybody, for sharing. I really appreciate you. Everybody being vulnerable. That's what it's all about. I really believe in order for things to change, we must change. So having the audacity and having the vulnerability to speak it into existence and talk about what you're going through, because what I have found working with several clients and working on myself, because it's a 24/7 job working on yourself, is life can get lifey. Life can get real lifey. And if you hold it in, it can get even worse. And whatever you're going through, I'm probably going through the same thing. Once I learned that, we've all gone temporarily insane. Just tell somebody else that you can trust. And they're like, I'm going through the same thing too. And I'm like, man, I wish I would have known. I wish I would have known. So how many of you, by the show of hands, really, really are excited about this 90-day challenge? To be completely honest, just raise your hands up high. Is everybody excited about this? Awesome. I have to give Palace a lot of credit. You know, she's brought a nice community. And let's give Palace a round of applause. Everybody's talking so nice. Palace is thebomb.com. I've known Palace for almost a year now. And, you know, I've done this 90-day challenge. And what I want you to do right now is I want you to take a moment and think about these 5 questions. These are the most important 5 questions that you're going to get from my side of things. We coexist, but these 5 questions are very important. Are you ready? If you don't have a pencil paper, just put in your mental Rolodex and just breathe it in. What are your goals for the next 90 days? What are your goals? I want you to pick one physical goal, just one. And that's all I want you to do for the next 90 days. I was telling Palace a story about a pitcher for the Yankees. He got picked up by another team and he was paid highly. This is when $100 million was a lot. He went on the team and he had an average season. He was supposed to be the best in the league. At the end of the season, the pitching coach said to him, how'd you think you did? And he said, well, I mean, I did all right. He said, let me ask you a question. What's your best pitch? He said, I got a good slider. I got a good curveball. He said, no, what's your best pitch? He said, I got a good fastball. He said, that's all I want you to do on the offseason is I just want you to work on your fastball for the whole offseason. The next season came around. The Yankees won the World Series and he was a Cy Young Award winner. What did he do? He just worked on his fastball. All I want you to do is focus on one thing for your body, whether that's lower your cholesterol, weight loss, mobility, just get moving. I just want you to focus on one thing, one goal at a time. A lot of the times it can be very overwhelming. So the first thing I want you to do is I want you to consider, what is your 90-day goal physically? What is your 90-day goal mentally with your mindset? Ask yourself this question. What's taking up my headspace? Am I going through anxiety? Self-doubt? What's going on internally? I want you to write that down to yourself. You could share it if you like, but most importantly, this next 90 days is all about you. You're going to get guidance and support, but the most you put into this, the best you're going to get out of it. And we're going to support you through that. So think about that. What one goal, what do you want to remove from your headspace? Is it anxiety? Is it not finishing things? Or maybe you do a lot of procrastination? So think about that. The next thing I want you to consider is a spiritual goal. Something that you can work on for 90 days that means something to you. That's purpose-driven. It might be do Proverbs, just looking through the Bible. Maybe it's pray. Maybe it's meditate for a few minutes. Maybe it's draw. Maybe it's write a book. Do something that's in the spirit. Those are the 3 goals that I want you to consider. And the main goal that we're going to focus on together, and we're going to focus on everything, and Palace is really going to tap into all of that good stuff that I know you know from her. And I'm really going to get that better body, better life for every single person. Every single person. That's my trade thing. Better body, better life. Looking good, feeling good from the inside out. Any one of you can do better. I promise you. Any one of you. If you can't walk 10 steps, well, your goal is to walk 5. And then once you get 5, we're going to go to 6. Some of you can't do a squat. Maybe you'll do a squat. Maybe your goal is to do a push-up. Maybe your goal is to get that left leg so hard that you can kick your husband in the butt. I don't know. But I want you to focus on one thing, but most of all, that's really important to you. Have you been wanting to lose weight for years and years and years? And that's the second question is, why now? Why now? Is it because his timing and Palace just so persuasive and nice? Or is it your time? I do not believe life is coincidental. I believe that sometimes things just happen for the best, and we have to take advantage of what's right in front of our face. So why now? Why are you doing this? What makes you want to join this challenge? and get your head together. What's different about this year than the previous years? I'll tell you right now, that's going to be extremely helpful, is a community. That is what I know has gotten people the best results. People that you can talk to, a sounding board. So it's really important that you understand your why, and you got to dig deep down and really find it. And I know Palos can get all into your bodies and different chakras and really focus on what do you really want to do and why now. The third thing is, what was holding you back from doing it on your own? This is a really interesting question. What was holding it back from you for doing it on your own? Were you scared? Did you not know what to do? Is accountability challenging for you? Just the thought of exercise and cardio make you just nervous? Because working in gyms for 20 years and opening up gyms and traveling and doing 16-week weight loss challenges for women, they said, I don't want to walk in and see a guy like you because I think you're going to make fun of me, or I feel insecure. I don't know what to do. And that's what we're here for, the basic fundamentals that you can go anywhere and understand that you're welcome. But sometimes it's our insecurity with our body and our movement patterns that restrict us for even walking in the gym. So we'll go through that too. The next thing is, what are your expectations? What are your expectations from the next 90 days from myself and from Palos? So think about your goals. Really focus on the physical goal with me. And then I'm going to give you a questionnaire on this as well. But I really want you to soak this in because these are so important. Your mental, your physical, your emotional and spiritual goal, the combination. Why now? What makes now the time? What was holding you back from doing it on your own? What is it? The accountability? And what are your expectations in these next 90 days from us? And then think about this. For the next 90 days, starting January 7th, I guess we're doing the 8th, but the 7th, I'll be doing the first workshop. What's an ideal schedule that from now it's the 28th till the 8th that I can start carving up and I can start saying, all right, I can spend a half hour a day at this time. Preparation is so important. So what are your goals? Why now? What was holding you back from doing it on your own? And then what are your expectations from Palos and I? And then thinking about an ideal schedule. This is just something to really think about. Now, a to-do list. What I'd like for you to do is, I don't know if anybody has ever read it. I know Palos has a lot of like-hearted people, so I don't know if you read the book, The 4 Agreements. But that will be one of our daily rituals, is to read 5 pages a day. If you hadn't read a book in a while, let's start with 1. So I would like you to purchase the book, The 4 Agreements. Let's see where it is. It's right here. Oops. I got it in Spanish for my wife. So you can get it all languages. It's called The 4 Agreements. The next thing is, I would like you to download the app MyFitnessPal. I would like you to download the app MyFitnessPal. And what you're going to do is very simple, is you're going to log your food for the next 2 weeks. And you're going to start that on the 7th. So once the program begins, you can get a head start if you want now, but I would like you to log your food, all of your food, for 2 weeks. Why? I'll tell you why. This is not something that I would want anybody to do like for a long period of time, because it becomes another chore and it's not necessary. Because we're working on balance, we're working on making sure that we have a healthy lifestyle, but we want to know how many calories we're consuming. What food, what patterns are we doing? When are we eating? Be completely honest. You do not have to share this with anyone, but I would suggest you share it to Palos and I for support. Also, get an accountability buddy. Palos will talk about that. Highly recommend accountability buddies. But what the whole chore of this is, I want to see your discipline. It's very important because my goal is for you to go from discipline to self-discipline in 90 days. And that takes time. So just these little tasks, if you have challenges with it, maybe you need to write it down, but you want to make sure you do that for 2 weeks. How many calories are you consuming? What foods are you eating? And then you can look at it and then be honest with yourself. And then from there, our suggestions on caloric intake. If you're only eating maybe 800 calories and 1,500 calories would be a really good benchmark for you, maybe that's not the best thing to do at first. Maybe it's just an extra couple hundred. So that's why I do things like that, for awareness as well. Would everybody consider doing that by the show of hands? Good, good. And remember, it's all about you. We support you on everything, but it's also for you to see it. The next thing is you're going to be learning 6 movement patterns. The more that I've spoken to Palace's group, the more that I understand a lot more about goals and wants and needs. So you're going to learn 6 different movement patterns. These movement patterns are for everyone in their ideal life. When they get older, that they're able to get out of the chair, they can get themselves off the floor. This is strength and stability, mobility for everybody. So the first thing is just learning how to do a body weight squat correctly. That is something that I'm going to do an actual educational piece on. I'm going to talk about some of the imbalances that we have that could be causing you maybe sciatic pain. Maybe your hip is tight and it's causing you to lean forward. I'm going to break it down in the most easiest, simple, most basic way that my 74-year-old mom can understand. I promise you. And she has fibromyalgia. So I'm very good at really explaining it to help you understand the benefits and then also the modifications. Lunges, a hinge, a push-up. If you can't do a push-up, you can do it off the wall. You can do it off a chair. There's so many options. A row and then a plank. All of these movement patterns can be modified, whether you need it against a wall, whether you need it maybe more advanced, maybe you excel really well. So those are the things that I want you to I'm going to send you an email with this as well. The next thing I want you to understand is we're going to be talking about your morning rituals. Throughout the next 12 weeks, you're going to end up having your own morning ritual. That's how this whole 90-day challenge started. I wrote down the 11 rituals that helped me go from being stuck to not stuck. Unfortunately, I did sit in a jail cell, not metaphorically. I did face 10 years in prison. I did witness my mom and dad having very bad behavior. I did do a lot of crazy things. I did have quite a fun life. Everything happens for a reason. One of my interesting things is in my 20s, I was a male dancer. I was actually worked the Chippendales, and I actually was the token white guy for the Black Chippendales. So I got a little soul in me, and I'm fun. I'm really fun. And I call myself, your mama's favorite playboy. My mom is my biggest fan, and I had a fun time. But I learned a lot about myself and a lot about people. And ever since I was younger, they told me that I was not smart, that I had learning disability, dyslexic. And I remember listening to Les Brown. He said, don't let someone's opinion of you become your reality. I heard that at 30 years old, 27 years old. I read my first book at 30, which was The 4 Agreements. I've read over 100 books. I just wrote 3 books, and I can do it. You can do it. It's the same thing with the mind, the body, the spirit. All I want to do is get a body, and I didn't know that I actually had this knowledge in me. So it might take you a little bit to get that body right, but I promise you, if I could get my head right and get my core values right, you can get it right. I promise you. So we'll be walking through those 11 rituals that I did. Waking up early in the morning, you're going to select a time before 7 a.m. and you're going to do your best to be consistent with that for 90 days. Why is that important, you ask? If you suffer from lack of self-esteem and lack of self-confidence, like most of us do, The art of setting a goal as simple as waking up at 7 a.m. for the next 90 days and doing it will boost your self-esteem like you've never felt before. Those little things will make a world of difference. The next thing is you're going to write down that goal, 10 pounds. Let's say in 90 days, 10 pounds, 10 pounds. I'm gonna lose 10 pounds. You can lose up to 25 pounds safely in 90 days. Can you lose more? Yes, but that's not the way that I teach. You will lose anywhere from 10 to 20 pounds if that's your goal. By doing that, we'll be talking about different things that you're doing. Maybe just walking more is going to make you lose weight. So the art of writing down that goal every single day for 90 days is phenomenal. Meditation. Palace is going to be doing a lot of meditative work. I'm going to show you what I've developed and how I do my meditation. Learn from Wayne Dyer. Next one is you're going to listen to something motivational. We need something that is encouraging to us, because a lot of the time it's what's in our own head. So we want to listen to something just get our thoughts going. Visualize and affirm our goals. Body sculpting, 10 minutes in the morning. I want you to dedicate. It's going to start off with 3, and then it's going to go all the way to 15 minutes. Dedicate to movement. We'll start off with the chair. There's so many things. You can go up and down in the chair. Different movements. There's a lot of things for flexibility. Again, we can go with more advanced or beginner. The next thing is eat a nutritious meal. These are part of the 11 rituals that is starting off your day. If you have a cold plunge or you have any access to a cold plunge, but a cold shower will definitely shock your immune system and get your body going. There's a lot of benefits to that. I'll send you some more information on that as well. Then writing down your to-do list. Really simple. Your to-do list is correlated to your goals. What am I doing to work on my goal? Because this is about you. These next 90 days are not about your kids. They're not about your work. It's about you. This is self-love and self-care. You're taking care of your body. You're feeding your body nutrients. You're giving your body love. You're giving your body support. You're around people that want you to achieve. That is so important that you make sure that this 90 days is for you. I do not want you to write down a goal that you want because your husband wants you to or because your friend wants you to. It has to be so personal that you wake up every day and you're like, this is what I'm doing. Once you can be convicted like that, I promise you, you will be able to achieve it. Do not do it for anybody else. This is for you. It's a personal job. Self-development is not about getting somebody else's approval. Do not do that. I highly advise you off of social media, 90 days. If you need to post, but do your best to monitor the inner conversations and the outer conversations, because life can get to you when you're doing something like this. The next one is read 5 pages a day of the 4 agreements. And then the last one is very basic and simple. You write down, what did I do right today? This is the art of journaling. And then most of all, what could I have done differently? These 11 rituals that I did, it's been 15 years now, has gotten me so far in life. My dream was to speak with Les Brown. I was on tour with Les Brown. It was just manifesting it. Whatever you put your mind to, you can do. Be careful what you want. Be careful what you want. Does anybody have any questions? Please ask. Anybody excited? Anybody scared? Oh, there was something I wanted to read. Sorry, before I get your reaction. So, a lot of these things with pain and Palace has been really bringing this awareness to me. And I see that a lot of you do this work, and I'm excited to really, talk about, heart math and putting this together, because that's the secret sauce. The secret sauce is you got the masculine guy, you got the daddy. It's like I say, I'm the daddy you never had, But then you got mommy to soften you up because you need a little bit of both. I want you to toughen up, but I also want you to work on alignment. But you got to work out. You got to do this. You got to get a little bit mean for you, because if not, people are going to try to steal your time. That's why it's so important to carve out this time for you in the morning before anybody's up, so you are not be able to get distracted. I'm going to toughen you up in a positive way, though. I've done this a long time, and I know that every one of you are capable of doing something. But I was reading this. I'm a stretching therapist, and I have all of these different books, and Palace was always talking about healing, and how about with your family, and she says that pain on your left side, these pains from blocked emotions, are with your feminine side or your mother side. To heal that, you might want to reflect on situations on your mother's that plays in your mind. And if the pain comes from the right side, it's the father side. Think back and see, are any stuck memories hurt or upset you about your relationship with your father? Interesting how all of this works. I've had this certification in 2018, and I didn't really think about it. And I'm reading this book and, working on imbalances. Is we all got mommy and daddy issues, but I think it's important that we forgive ourselves. But first is forgive ourselves for the judgment, because every one of us has been a child and knows that we're just grown up children and we're doing our best. So when I came to grips with that and realized that I'm not going to play God, I'm going to accept my family for who they are, but I'm going to create non-negotiable boundaries that encompass my core values. And once we can do that, we can build the inner strength and resilience to become the person that you want to become during this process. I hope you don't recognize yourself in 90 days, because I do the challenge with everybody and I don't recognize myself. And it makes me think about something that I wrote down in my journal. People that know you, they know too much about you. They can't see this new you. They can't see it. So we have to be mindful and do it for yourself, not expressing it to every day. During a 90-day challenge, we want to tell everybody, keep this to yourself. When you tell more people, oh, I'm doing a 90-day challenge, I'm doing weight loss, for some reason, subconsciously, they are spying on you. I'm just giving you some love here. What are you, a detective? This is what I tell people. I'm so mindful of it. I'm like, oh, what are you eating? You're such a fitness guy. I'm like, man, what are you logging my food? What I want you to do is I want you to be ready for the attack. We are attacked every single day here. So we have to shield our head from people that are going to try to penetrate your mind. I'm setting yourself up for what I call mental rehearsal. I'm just going through, because it's the end of the year and I'm doing this challenge with you, and I'm preparing myself for everything that's coming my way. And that's the best thing about circumstances, situations, is, man, I've been there before. I'm still alive. So whatever you have that's deep down inside, that's making you feel just uncomfortable, get comfortable being uncomfortable and you'll be unstoppable. I promise you. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. I just wanted to share that with you. Anybody have anything that they would like to add, or have anything that they would like to ask? I get kind of excited.
Guys, it's normal to feel uncomfortable. It's normal to feel like, oh my God, I don't want to do this right now. It's normal to feel, yay, this is super awesome. It's normal to go, Palace, I effing hate you. Why did you drag me here? So guys, Cody is awesome. I love him. And he's this big burly dude, but he's also a big teddy bear. And while, having the appearance of this, like, he's got so much depth, he's got so much insight and so much wisdom. When he has moved through so much life and transmuted that trauma and that pain into wisdom, into a strong foundation to move forward on in life. And so, guys, I will just encourage you to know that this is definitely a safe space to stand up and talk and share and just be honest about whatever it is that, that is there for you. We're all humans and walking each other home is what I say. So let's see what we can do to really support one another. So with that being said, who has something that they would like to share?
I have a question regarding when it came to the food app.
Yep.
I'm on Exepic and I'm a diabetic too. So you're talking about all these meals and stuff. How would I be able to relate what I'm doing with my nutritionist and stuff and to show you exactly, you know what I'm saying? Because it's taken me a long time to transition to using Ozempic, which I was first very afraid of. But because I'm in the diabetic group, they were able to show me the pros and cons. And to be honest, learning that I was a full diabetic too, in this year, going back to 2021, I basically lost 80 pounds from eating right, knowing that I truly was a diabetic. And so will that show you what I'm trying to do in this 90-day challenge? Because the physical thing I would like to do is be able to do 50 push-ups again, like I used to do in the military.
Perfect. Yeah, so put that all down. Yeah, I'm very familiar
Okay.
with that drug. I'm very familiar with all that stuff. Yeah, that part should be easy for you. Because you're
Okay.
you're putting your food and you're mindful of it and you've lost. And Ozempic is very good for a lot of people,
Yeah.
I highly recommend that
Yeah.
everybody gets their blood work done. If you haven't got your blood work done, I could share with you the link for that. I'm a sponsored athlete with Titan Medical Center. It's really important. Women, especially, you have a lot more dynamic than us. That's all I could say is you're a lot more tricky, but men too. It's not taboo anymore with anti-aging, understanding your cortisol levels, adrenal fatigue, estrogen, all of these things. If you have low testosterone, if you're deficient in certain vitamins, it's really important, especially when you're doing a challenge. It's nice to see the progression, and I love the science of it, which I believe is really important. That's why I like doing this with Palace, is a lot of this is supported with science. A lot of things that we'll be talking about are basic fundamentals, with everything, sleeping, going from sleeping, which way we sleep. Do we sleep in a certain position? Because that could be causing actual pain in certain, muscles, so we'll be talking about that because, I've been doing a lot of research and pulling up all my notes on sleep and found all my good stuff. And a lot of it has to do with the way we sleep, whether we sleep on our back with a pillow, and then understanding about the stretching and what we need to do. Maybe put a pillow under our back. Maybe we have a pelvic tilt where our butt comes out more. We need to tuck our hips. So there's a lot of these things that we're not aware of that can be super beneficial, because if you don't sleep right, man, you can't do anything. So thank you for sharing that. Log your food and then just give us all the notes. And that's a great goal, 50 push-ups.
I have another question, if that's okay.
Yes, sir.
Will you be able to, is there a way we'll be able to talk about, I'm dealing with a lot of VA stuff from my military career, sleep apnea. I'm on a CPAP machine. Also, I have knee injuries, so I have to wear a brace and stuff like that. So some of your exercises and stuff, are you gonna help us like modify it to individuals?
Absolutely.
How's that going?
Absolutely. Yes, all of that will be on the educational pieces on Sunday at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It will be recorded if you can't come there live. I will have my wife, and I'm going to be like doing actual exercises and explaining the form, and then also explaining a modification with body weight, with a chair, with bands, with a light dumbbell, anything from a jumping jack to a pivot step, to be able to doing yoga on a chair. If you're having anything with your neck, all that stuff, that's my specialty, corrective exercise. And I think most of us need that in the beginning, is making sure that we're doing it correctly. That's the feedback that I got a lot from everybody, is that's what I'm going to emphasize in the early part of the education, is your like, hey, what do I do? I have this at home, or I don't have this, I'm at the gym. So I'll be able to modify everything. So great question. Thank you, man. Anybody else? It's good to know.
Cody, I just wanted to follow up about your blood work, is that not only are they going to get your blood, oh my God, words, your blood panels drawn, but they will also have a consult with the doctor, right? An anti-aging specialist. Isn't that correct?
So again, I've been working with them for over 5 years. I do events with them, and you know, they're amazing. So when you get your blood work done, you'll call up the office and tell them you're working with Coach Cody. They give you $50 off your blood work. Then they're going to send you an email of where to get your blood work done. Any lab corp or any place within like 5-10 miles of your house, they will send you this. Then from there, after that, from 7 to 10 days, they're going to set up a Skype meeting with you. And then you're going to have a 30-minute consultation with the anti-aging doctor. And he or she is going to go through every single aspect of what's going on with your estrogen, your testosterone, your cholesterol, all of those things, cortisol. And then they're going to give you some recommendations on things that could possibly help you from there. If you have any questions about that, let me know. It's definitely, I mean, it's the next level stuff. So I really highly recommend that. I would recommend that. Not now, but right now. Jen, what's up?
Do you have a list of what blood tests to get done, or do you just trust them to do? Because I'm kind of into the blood thing, but like, there's so many different blood works to test for. So
they do it like they send it for you, and they do all of it. So for men,
I mean,
it's
this is not the same kind of blood work you get done at the doctor's office. This is like a different level of
all of the anti-aging, you know.
Okay, okay, specific to that. Is it all listed somewhere?
Yeah. Palace, did I get that for you? Or no?
You still need to get that from. Yeah, and Cody, what's the cost for these Kiati? Or I'm sorry, Karen is asking.
$150 for men and then $200 for women.
Is that with the $250 off or not?
That's with the $50 off.
Okay.
The blood work and then consultation with the doctor.
I have another question. When it comes down to the goals,
yep,
my mind is like, it's in a hamster wheel of many things. So do you have any tools or tips on how to narrow those thoughts down to just one?
Absolutely. Do you want to share what's a little more about it?
I don't know. Like, I don't even know where to begin. Like, I don't like when you were talking and giving examples, I don't even know.
Okay.
I don't know where to go.
So I'm gonna help you with this. I would write down the word focus. Maybe we can work on that. There's a lot of things we can do for that, right?
Okay.
No, honestly, like the power of concentration. I'll
Sure.
have a lot of tips and tools for that. Like spell out focus.
Totally.
Focus, F, follow, O, one, course until successful, right? Focus, follow. They told me I was ADD. I had all of these like learning like disabilities, and now I'm teaching people how to do basics. It's funny.
I love that.
Yeah, because I understand, and it's having to write things down, acronyms, and then memory. If you can't remember the name, oh, it's Cody, Coach Cody. I live in Countryside, and you're stacking names. So those things can help with your memory, your focus, and the concentration. And then we'll do little workshops, and I'll say, all right, 15 minutes. I want you to spend 15 minutes journaling. And with that, I don't want you to put down your pencil or pen, and I want you to just keep writing. And you're just going to go through a very traumatic thing that you've been through. And then the art of writing and doing that and following through starts to build this mental stamina. It's all about repetitions. That's one thing that I learned. I think what helped me so much is it was so hard for me to read, or so hard for me to how to do it so many times. And when school's over, nobody's watching. So I wanted to do it. That's the difference. And that's why you guys are going to be so successful, because personal development is learning for yourself. So think about this for your mindset. What's one skill that you would like to learn in the next 90 days?
Me?
Just, maybe for yourself. So think about one skill. Here's something interesting that I did. I'll be 42 years old, January 8th. I bought my first computer last year. I never had a computer. I had an iPad. I never had anything. I just did. I was like, I don't really need a computer, use my phone. And then I started to learn that I don't want to be left behind. And with the world that we're living in right now, we're in the age of digital distraction. So instead of being mad at it as a 42-year-old grumpy guy, and like, I hate these kids and social media, I thought the opposite. I'm like, man, I love this. I'm gonna adopt this. Ended up working for a digital marketing agency with no computer skills. So think about whatever you want to do, it just shows up. So what's one skill you want to practice? Maybe dancing. Maybe you like to learn to tango. Maybe you want to learn the piano. There's so many things. Think of one skill that you can spend maybe 15 minutes on a day. A language. Duolingo is a really good one. That's a really good one for learning. What's one thing that you'd want to do for 90 days for your mind? So it's a growth mindset is believing that you can learn more than you're learning now. A fixed mindset is like, man, this is all I got. This is it. God gave me this. I worked so hard. Poor Cody. I was in learning to spell. I'm never going to do anything. That's the fixed mindset. That's the old me. But the newer me is like, I can do this. I'm gonna do it one at a time. And think about something that you would love to do that's for you. I call it a designer's original. Once you start doing the things for yourself, man, you'll be shocked. You'll finish it. How many of you have done programs and haven't finished the program? Man, I've been an accountability coach for a lot of programs. And, one thing is I will help you, but I will not want it more than you want. The maturation as a coach is no, like we need to play on the right side of things. I'm not going to baby you, but I'm not going to be mean. But if you don't show up, and you don't do it, or you say you're going to wake up at 6:30 and there's an excuse every week, then, maybe we need to lay back, or maybe you need to make some adjustments. In order for you to get through this program, you want to do this. That's why it's important. What are your goals for the next 90 days? So glad you said that, Jen, because if we don't have goals, and I know Palace, she reminds me of this, how can you hit a target you can't see? Better yet, how can you hit a target you don't have? Maybe your goal is so far-fetched to someone, but not the mind's eye, but you have it. So what is something that you wanted to do? Man, I'd love to get a six-pack. I would love to just, do something. I'd love to run a mile. I want to do a pull-up. I want to learn something new. I want to do workouts. I want to do burpees. What is something that you look on and you're like, man, that I admire that man, that woman in health and wellness? What is maybe it's so simple. Maybe it's not having sugar. I don't know. This has to be something that means to you, not to me, because that's when you're going to follow through. The most important thing is that you want this so much that you're willing to wake up 90 days and try it every single day. Anybody else?
think I just want to follow up with what you were saying, Cody, though, just and what so for those of you guys on phones, I'm actually putting stuff in the chat. If you guys haven't seen the chat on your phone, take a look at that. And like just following up with what Cody said, we don't do the healing for you. As a healer, person working in a healing capacity, like he and I, we create the opportunity. We create the framework. We create the blueprint for you to step into, but you got to do the work itself. You're the one who has to step into the blueprint. You got to put in the reps. You got to do the work. You got to make it happen. So there's no magic here. We create the opportunity. You step into the opportunity and grab those horns on that bull and ride it like you never have before. And you'll come out the other end with amazing transformation, amazing opportunities. But, you know, if you look at it and walk the other way, nothing will happen. And I mentioned earlier too in the chat that, and when we were talking about you'll be a different person coming out the other end of this, that's not rhetorical. It's true, because you're stepping into a program because there's patterns, challenges, issues, traumas, whatever it is, goals that you're wanting to shift and change in your life. And if you move through this 90 days and you're exactly the same person that you were today, that you are, you know, basically just a little over 90 days out from now, you haven't done the work. You haven't put in the reps. Going into this the same person and coming out the same person, you're the same person. Nothing's going to change if nothing changes. If you want shifts, if you want changes, if you want transformation, that's when you got to step into the unknown and try things that you haven't done before. Because if what you've been doing to date is looking in the same places over and over again, looking for answers, looking for opportunities, looking for a path forward, and you just keep running into that brick wall and hitting your head like, why can't I make a step forward? Why can't I get through this glass ceiling? It's because you've run out of options that direction and you got to look someplace new, because the answer isn't there. The answer is in the unknown. And that is what this 90-day program is going to do for you if you take the opportunity to really jump in and do something incredible for yourself. As far as food goes, guys, I did drop in the chat as well that Cody and I are working together on the food side of things, and that I have this incredible meal planning platform used by nutritionists, and I can work with anybody with autoimmune diseases, with diabetes, with you hate pork and you only like this or whatever. And I can build a 90-day meal plan for you. And I'm charging $250 for that. It takes me a minute to put all that together. But that is another investment that you guys can incorporate as well. And it's really awesome because not only is it meal planning where, you know, you have a printout, it includes shopping lists. It includes exactly how the meals that you're making will parse out throughout the week. You made this meal on Monday, and now you can use this meal as lunch on Wednesday and this snack on Thursday. And it totally, like, just think of it the way that you map out a paper calendar. You have the grid. That is a grid that you will receive for the meal. So there's absolutely nothing that you have to think through. You see it, it's planned out. You go shopping, you prepare it exactly the way that it says to do it, and you will have zero issues with having the food you need, the food you want. It's delicious, it's yummy, and it's easy. So that is something that you guys can reach out to me about as well if you want some support in that area. Okay, so we actually had a couple people join since we started, and I just wanted to introduce you guys. We have Natalie and we have Kiati. Kiati, are you able to turn your screen on and just introduce yourself and kind of why you're here and what you want to get out of things? Maybe. Yeah. Super. She's coming on.
Hi, I'm Kiati. I'm not going to turn my camera on because it's kind of early and I overslept. But hi, everyone. I'm over in the Seattle area.
Hello.
That's awesome. And what drew you to this program?
Actually, you. So I've known Palace for a really long time. And I've been doing some meditation work with her. I've been doing yoga meditation myself for a while, but I like Palace's voice when she does meditation. And she told me about this program. So I trust her and I wanted to try it out. Personally, on a personal level too, I'm basically, getting up there. I'm going through menopause and various changes happening in the body. And so I just kind of want something to help me stay balanced and healthy. And yeah, that's my goal.
Awesome. Thank you, Kiati. Thank you so much. Natalie, are you available to jump on briefly?
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay. Hi there. I don't want to do camera. I've been working since 6 a.m. So needless to say, I did not get ready yet. My name is Natalie Bustamante. I'm from Arvada, Colorado. Just excited about this program. I learned from it from you, Palace. So just trying to kick off this new year with new goals. 2023 was an extremely challenging year that I made it through the other end. Thank you, God. But I survived. So now I want to put that all behind me and move forward and kick off 2024 with a bang. Oh,
Awesome. Thank you for sharing, Natalie. I did message earlier too that if anybody has any specific challenges that you're working with, physical challenges, if you've had any eating challenges, if you've had any gastric bypass surgeries, things like that, Cody can work with you in those areas so you don't have to feel excluded or challenged or nervous about the process. So he has a vast background in working with all different areas of health challenges, and he can help you and really meet you where you're at. So is there anybody else that would like to share any thoughts, questions, concerns, anything that you want to get out of this program that we haven't touched on yet? Nope. Okay. What, Donnie?
I'm excited. I'm excited. I'm excited.
Awesome.
So what is the plan of action? Do we just follow the next message in the better practice? And then, or is there like weekly meetings? Like I know you kind of went over it. So we check our better practice site?
Yeah, so this week, I haven't sent out any messages yet because everybody's been immersed in the holidays. So I'll be sending out within the next week from Practice Better a link to join the community space. And in the community space is where you'll connect with the different events that we have going on in our sessions. Mine are going to be held every Monday at 6 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. And they'll probably be about 90 minutes. And then Cody, you're going to be having yours on Sundays at what time?
I guess it's noon your time.
Noon. Oh yeah, noon Mountain Time. So 2 Eastern Time.
I'm so sorry. Can you repeat both those times? I'm so sorry. Yours is when?
Noon. Mine is 6 o'clock p.m. on Mondays.
Okay.
And it'll be approximately 90 minutes because there's more people that join this program than I was expecting. So we'll need more time together. And then Cody is doing his on Sundays at noon Mountain Time.
Okay, cool. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Yeah. So you guys will get all of the information, and it will have a definite framework and pattern. But book those times into your schedule. It's really important to attend all of them or as many as possible. And if you can't attend them, just let us know ahead of time. And then if you can attend them, but you can't be on video or sound for some reason, just let whoever's leading it know so that we know what's going on. Because when we have our sessions going, we're going to want everybody on screen, everybody on camera, everybody ready to interact. So the only reason that you would be attending without your screen on is if, you just absolutely can't at that moment in time, because they're going to be interactive sessions. We will be recording the sessions and posting them up inside of the network as well, the Matrix Dynamics network, for replays. But we want to make it accessible to everybody. But really, so much of the transformation is the community building that goes on throughout the process. So do your best. Please do your best to attend. And for me, with HeartMath, I do require that you attend every session live with us in order to receive your certificate of completion for my HeartMath program. It's called the Coherence Advantage program that I'm a certified trainer through HeartMath for. So there's a structure behind the whole process with me as well that everybody will be issued a certificate of completion to have for your own. And I'm not teaching you to be a teacher. I'm teaching you how to do this in your own life. And you will then be able to share this with other people in your life as you find that appropriate. Like Michelle, my best friend in the red, she's a massage therapist, and she's able to take aspects of this into her practice with her clients, some of the work that we've done, or maybe work with your kids, or, with Warner, different aspects of things to be able to share with some of his folks. And you might find that as you go deeper with it, you might want to become certified yourself so that you can go really deep with it with the people that you work with, if that is your career path. But there you go. So those are some of the requirements.
So on my end, the first 30 days are really about the foundation, the fundamentals. I've been doing this for a while. I know it's challenging. I can definitely pick up the pace for some people, but when we do new habits, when we're talking about health and wellness, if this is something that you haven't been doing, I'm very aware of how you can fall off. So I set you up for success, not failure, because it's really important that we get some baselines. It's impossible to know how to move forward if we don't have a baseline for how many calories are we consuming, what is our habits, what time are we waking up, are we willing to do these things. So that's a slow thing that by the 5th week, the next 30 days really kick it up a notch. But the first 30 days is, are you going to stay on target? I know you all will, but it's about building the fundamentals, goal setting, being really intentional. What am I looking to achieve? Why am I looking to achieve it? And then the game plan for it. What's my baseline for food? And it's not going to be too complicated, because I know that it can get overwhelming. So I want to give you little things at a time, because if you can get just a little nugget each time, you will thrive. Exercise plan, all of those things in the first 30 days, and then building that morning to where if you can spend 1 hour, 60 minutes before 7 a.m. by yourself, you can achieve a lot. You can do 30 minutes. Everybody's different, but that foundation is the basics, the fundamentals, and let's see where you are. From there is when you'll really be building up more of stamina, endurance, that you haven't been doing. And then at the end is really adopting these rituals, these habits, and then incorporating it, because application is key, is taking these 90 days and then doing it again the next 90 days, because there's 4 quarters to a year. And I believe that the first 3 months are so crucial that you start off on the right pace. So you'll do it. And I'll make sure that we do it together. There'll be 30 minutes of like education. So you understand what exercise is, things like that. And then a Q&A. And I'll be able to talk to every one of you on that. Okay. And if you can't make it, I highly recommend doing it. It will be recorded.
And Cody, again, is offering, I dropped this in the chat, I think I've said it. He is offering a one-on-one, free one-on-one to anybody that wants to connect directly with him for any just concerns, questions, just to really help you get going on the right foot with the program. And you had said to text, right, Cody?
They can text me.
Yeah. So can you drop your phone number? I put it in the chat, but it is, what is your phone number? Cody is 727
It's in the chat.
4. Oh, it is? Okay. Yep, 727-480-7513.
I have
So
some time tomorrow and a little bit of time on Saturday as well. This week.
definitely take advantage of that. Cody is incredible. He's not only my friend and my partner in this, but he's been my coach for the last year myself. So I can vouch for just how incredible he is with all of this. So, okay, I think that it's good to wrap it up. We definitely went over today, but there was a lot of material covered. And I think that, with everybody that was able to stick it through, I think that we've covered pretty much everything that you need. All of you guys know how to connect with me. Everybody knows how to connect with Cody if anything comes up between now and when I send out the email. And we're going to kick everything off on the 7th. The 7th is the first meeting with Cody, and the 8th is the first meeting with me. And it's going to be awesome. We're here to help you succeed, help you achieve your goals. And this 90-day challenge, this is just the first step in the rest of your life. So let's make it awesome.
I have a question real quick. So on these next meetings, did we already sign up, or do we still need to put our name on someone's schedule? I guess I missed that.
No, so inside of, okay, yeah, you came late. So we have a second platform. So Practice Better is the telehealth platform where we'll do the one-on-one, anything kind of nutrition, fitness based, heart, any one-on-one more clinical kind of stuff is a telehealth platform. The Matrix Dynamics Network is the community space, and it is where you will find all of the events listed, which are all of our sessions. And you'll be able to click on those. You'll be able to see there all the dates are in line and the times. And you're going to get email reminders that are auto-generated from the network. And then you'll just click on the link there. It'll take you to the Zoom session that we'll be having. So everything will be organized and at your fingertips. So you won't have to be signing up for anything outside of it like you did to join this program today.
Oh,
does that make sense?
Thanks. Yeah, thank you. And you know me, I'll probably be texting and asking you anyways.
Oh, you're good. Hit me up all you need. As long as I get you there, that's what matters.
Thanks.
No problem. Anything else from anybody else? Nope, we're good. All right, cool. Well, Cody and I are really excited about this, and please reach out to him for, to connect. If you guys want to reach out to me about anything, definitely do that. Should delineate the split here. Cody is working on fitness and nutrition. I'm the mental health side, so to speak. And so come to me about those kind of things. Go to Cody about your physical and nutrition challenges. And I'm sure there's going to be parts of that blend together for both of us. But just kind of wanted to put us in our right sides of the field there. All right, guys. All right, cool. Well, let's end this meeting, and then we will see you guys in a few days. Thank you for showing up today, and looking forward to everything. Have a good afternoon, guys.
Thank you.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Cool.
There we go. All right, cool.
Cool. All good?
I'm all good. Anything
Perfect.
come up for you?
No, everything's all good.
All
Where
right.
are you now, Boston?
I'm in New London, Connecticut. We flew into Boston and then we drove in. Ted's family's here in Connecticut.
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
have fun.
Thank you.
When you get
All
back?
right. What?
When you get back?
On the 2nd. Fly back the 2nd. But I'm accessible. You know how to reach me. Don't hesitate.
Gotcha. All right. I'll let you get to your family. Hit me up later.
All right.
Bye.
Alrighty. Bye.